Hi, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to Jordy Tarot and Sandy Uncaged Talks Astrology. You may also be watching this video on our Moon Mapping Academy school website. So today we're talking about the new moon in Capricorn, which is this weekend, January 18th. And this new moon is an opportunity to set intentions on the work that we're doing, the spiritual work, our career, um, and everything involved in the Capricorn energy. Um, this is an opportunity to embody your legacy, because your legacy is not just something you leave behind, but it's something that you step into in this life and live and act out. And it's also an opportunity to connect intuitively to the work that you're doing, to the legacy that you're embodying. Sandy and I are going to talk about this today. So welcome everybody. Hope you can get cozy, grab a cup of tea. We're gonna look at the chart for how this looks on the astrological chart today, and we're also going to pull cards and kind of intuitively get some messages as we go here. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, Jordy Tarot, and also Sandy's channel, Sandy Uncaged Talks Astrology, for more content. And we're going to be leaving a link in the comments below for you to join our free Moon Mapping Academy on School, with lots of content, including a monthly moon circle where we connect over online, talking about the new moon and full moon, and how it affects your birth chart. It's a wonderful offering, and we'll talk about that more later on in the video. Okay, Sandy.
I really love the word legacy, and this new moon, you might notice that you're being drawn to thinking about things that you like to do in your spare time that you really enjoy doing, and maybe you're already really good at them or you want to improve on them. And Capricorn is all about trades, our career, how we're seen in the public eye, and it represents the skills that we're really good at. And Capricorn is an earth sign. So it's very hands on, and there's a lot, if you notice, happening here in Capricorn with this new moon. So the sun and the moon are conjunct, they're literally together, and they're sandwiched in between Venus, Mars, and Mercury. Mars is our passion. Venus is what we love to do, what we love to be surrounded by. It's actually in the sign of Aquarius with Pluto. And then we have Mercury here in Capricorn. So Mercury represents how we learn, how we communicate, how we take in information. So whenever Mercury is in Capricorn, it's hands-on. So it's repetition and it's slower. And so I think with this new moon, if we are brave enough to practice what we enjoy doing in our spare time to make it become a really like a superpower or a skill, something that we're really good at, to have the patience, because earth brings that to the table. Patience is to have the patience to practice, be okay with making mistakes, because that's how we learn and how we get better, and apply these to things that we want people to know or identify ourselves with. Like for me, astrology is something that for the last 8 years has been my focus, and it is, I think it is my legacy. It's part of it. And so I've been working on it consistently, and I've had downfalls, but I keep going. And I think that's what this new moon wants us to do, is to follow our heart, to follow our dream, and trust our intuition, and trust that this is our divine plan.
I really agree, Sandy. I love that all these planets are over close to Capricorn, next to the sun and moon as well, because I think, intuitively I'm getting that it's an opportunity to kind of just focus our efforts, you know, and be patient and stay within this energy.
Mm-hmm.
And do you want to pull some card, like a card
Yeah.
for inspiration or messages around your legacy? We're both going to pull a card. Let's see what's going on. Oh my gosh. Okay.
What did you get?
Got the Ten of Pentacles reversed.
I got the 7.
The Seven of Pentacles.
When Jordy and I first started doing the moon mapping workshops, we kept pulling the 7 of Pentacles, which is so appropriate.
I mean, both these cards are very appropriate for everything we just talked about.
Yeah.
Do you want me to start, Sandy?
Sure.
So with the Ten of Pentacles, this is a completion point. This is a destination. We work hard to like hone our skills and our crafts and develop our creative potential in this lifetime. And sometimes the Ten of Pentacles being reversed, it's an opportunity for one big thing or multiple things in our life that we've been working hard towards to shift, to transform. So you may have already been working hard towards your career, working hard towards your family, whatever it is that you feel is like your legacy, what you're embodying. And it's saying that there's a big shift happening with this new moon in Capricorn where you can reinvent, you can hone in, you can change your legacy, if you want to. Earth energy doesn't change very quickly. It doesn't change overnight. It's a process. But when we get to the Ten of Pentacles being reversed, it's like it's a window of opportunity to like plant new seeds, get into that Ace of Pentacle vibe. And, so if you feel like you've been kind of stuck within the work that you're doing, even if you love it, this is a great sign that the legacy is shifting into a different vibration, a different mode, different circumstances, and this is a time to make those intentions and plant those new seeds, and then I think working into the next, what the card that Sandy pulled, it's getting into that Seven of Pentacles energy,
I'm not sure if I'm repeating what you said, but I just wanted to mention that Pentacles are Earth. So it coincides with the Capricorn, the hard work, abundance. So the 7 of Pentacles, like she's looking at all the hard work she's done and what's come out of it. But it's not complete yet. And so she's trying to figure out how she can make it better and bring it to what her vision is. And that's what Capricorn's all about, is having a vision and then getting all the resources and the people that's required to make it happen. So I think this is what this card is all about. Like, where are you right now with this plan, this vision, this legacy that you're building? And what do you need to bring it to the final stage? And she's very proud of what she's done. You got to pat yourself on the back for what you've already accomplished. And it might be taking longer than you expected, but that's okay because Rome wasn't built in a day, right?
Yeah.
So I think this is just a reminder to not quit and to really think about what it is that you do want to do with your life. Like, I made a couple notes when Jordy was talking. It's okay to change directions. Capricorn is very structured and can be strict, and it can bring up some viewpoints from other people in our life that make us feel like we have to take a career or a job and do that because it's stable and secure and it pays the bills. And so we feel like we can't do what it is that we long to do in this lifetime and what actually does bring us joy. And So this is an opportunity for us to reevaluate that and maybe change direction. There's a lot of things happening here too with Pisces and Cancer, and it's all about trusting your intuition, trusting your heart or your gut, and going with it. And it's also very creative energy. So if there's any hobbies that you're doing kind of in your spare time, but you think that you can make money from it, make some kind of revenue, then give it a go. Try it out. Trust it. Because Capricorn is ruled by Saturn and it's making this beautiful sextile with all these planets in Capricorn and Aquarius here with Saturn and Pisces. So it could involve creative projects like art or writing or music, but it can also include things like if you want to practice doing astrology or tarot or mediumship and bringing that out and sharing it with other people and making money from it. This is giving you that push to do that, to try it.
Yeah, and we were talking earlier before we started this video on how like using your intuition and being creative, I mean, it goes really well with these fields like tarot and astrology, but it also applies to any type of work that you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
How can we be more intuitive or more creative within the work that we want to do or want the work that we're doing already? Even within our families, if we're not actually working, we're taking care of our family, we're taking care of our loved ones, you know, getting creative and about how we're contributing and working in that setting as well. Um, it's it's a really great topic. I feel like we should pull some cards again.
Yes. There's one thing I wanted to say about this too. Capricorn is associated a lot of times with cooking and carpentry and building and um, architecture and things of that nature. And I think in order to be successful with that, that's those people that do trust in their intuition. Like how many times do you cook a recipe and you're just like, oh, I should use this or I should use that, or not even use the recipe at all. It's just more of a guideline. And that's you using your intuition and just rolling with it. And that's how a lot of these amazing designs come up in the world with buildings and like cars and blah blah blah, is because people are just going off of an idea that they get, which is from a higher self, from a higher power, and it's about trusting it and just going with it and seeing what happens.
Yeah, definitely. All
And
right, so
that
let's
pulls
pull.
in the Uranus and Taurus, right? Because it's new age ideas, it's being unique and different. All
So I
right.
guess the focus for our card pull will be how we can intuitively and be creative with the work that we're doing or something like that. Do you think?
Sure.
Okay.
This just slipped over.
Oh, interesting.
Two of Swords.
I got the Judgment card. Mm.
And the Fool.
And
I
the
like that
Fool.
too because it's I think that's kind of telling us it's okay to make mistakes, not to worry about what other people are thinking or
Right.
laugh at ourselves when we do make mistakes and
You
keep going.
know, I do feel like whenever we talk about creative things, whenever I talk about using creativity and intuition in personal readings with people, um, I get a lot of people saying, "Oh, I'm not creative. Oh, I'm not intuitive." It's like that Two of Swords energy, feeling blocked.
Yeah.
And the Fool like goes really well with that. Like you're saying, it's like being not afraid to make those mistakes.
Yeah.
Give it a shot. That's really cool. The Judgment card adds a level of seriousness to this.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a big life review. So some of you may find with this new moon in Capricorn and trying to come up with creative ideas, intuitive ideas, for your legacy, for the work that you're doing, it may seem like there's a lot of like weight and responsibility on this right now. And that adds a level of pressure to what we're doing. I guess the advice I'm getting to help with that is just to, prioritize that fool energy, like Sandy pulled. Not being afraid to make mistakes, but also like, you got to find joy within the seriousness. You got to enjoy the work that you're doing. So if you find like that's not happening with the work that you're currently doing right now, um, maybe just cooking something creative, or focusing on like a skill or a hobby even that you're not really necessarily bringing into like a financial earnings or something like that, just to kind of like still use this new moon energy as like a relief from some of the seriousness as well. Because I almost feel divided. I feel like some people in this video are going to want to like fully use this new moon energy to like align with their career, align with their intentions. But I feel like some other people might feel like, oh, like that's overwhelming right now. How can we do this in like a more like easy to digest way?
Mm-hmm.
Like the judgment card just kind of put a different vibe, you know?
Yeah. But
And
it's true because it's that Capricorn energy. It's like what I was talking about, us being told our whole life that we have to work hard. It doesn't matter what we like. You can't do something you enjoy for work. You just have to get a job, right? That's what our parents always told us. You got to get a
yeah,
job. You got to go to university, and it is judgment, right? And
yeah,
it's about not letting that affect us and follow our dreams.
it is about that. Yeah.
And you
So
can do
whether
it in small steps. Like you don't have to quit your job tomorrow. That's not what we're saying.
no,
But but to be a little bit adventurous and to go after what it is that you want and work on that. And then the more you put your energy into that, the more opportunities are going to come your way. And
mhm,
then maybe at some point you are going to be able to let go of that job. But if you did lose your job yesterday, say for example, this is probably the universe pushing you to go after what it is that you do want to do. Because that's happened to me several times in the last 8 years,
yeah.
where things have happened with my health or my job that have I know it was divinely intervention or whatever pushing me to go in this direction because I wasn't meant to be doing the other things that I was doing. So like take this as an opportunity to explore too.
I agree. And like, even if things seem like they're falling apart or stagnant within the work that we're doing, Capricorn is still productive throughout that energy, patient and steady.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, so I think that's important too. You know,
Yeah.
you can still, work towards something even if you're not sure if it's going to work out or something like that. But yeah, um, so should we pull like a final message for like the tarot, or is there anything else in the chart you'd like to talk about, Sandy?
There
Or
is actually
oh, good.
we we have Capricorn over here, right? And it's opposite Jupiter here in Cancer in the sign that represents family and home. So this is a great time to set intentions towards doing renovations around the home, changing your home, maybe working from home. But it's also a really good time to set intentions towards adding family members. Like maybe if you are thinking about having a baby or adding a pet or something, um, or if you wanted to get a roommate or something as simple as that, this is a good time to set intentions in regards to that.
Oh, interesting. We could pull a card for like advice around the home.
Yeah.
Okay. Advice, predictions, inspiration around the home. Okay.
I got the Nine of Wands.
The which one?
Nine of Wands.
Oh, Okay. I got the King of Swords.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How do you
Uh,
interpret that?
yeah, I can start. This matters of the home. Sandy, you were saying it's a good time to like, have add a pet, maybe think about expanding the family, doing some renovations. I really love that. And the King of Swords is kind of like a strategic energy, It's the master planner. And it can be someone who even represents an individual that is in charge of that plan, you know? So it's a master energy where it's a king, and king and queens are masters. So I would say with the home, I was getting from this card that like it might be time to have like a very direct and thoughtful conversation with people who you want to welcome into your home or people who you already live with to come up with a strategy to bring in new energy. Bring in
Yeah.
something new to the home. And it doesn't have to be, and it feels like, perhaps being spontaneous might lead to some future consequences. So maybe just putting a little bit of extra thought and having a serious conversation about it, even if it's about something positive that you want to bring in. This is a good opportunity to just get really real with yourself and with the people there. You know, like we need this.
Yeah. 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 Time to make a change.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about the Nine of Wands? Like, this is a card that represents like recuperation, right?
It does. It's kind of like a health card a lot of times.
Yeah.
And
Maybe there's some renovations around the home that need to be put in place to take care of other people because Cancer's that nurturing energy too, right?
mm, yeah, like even taking care of people that you live with, or even taking care of yourself around the home.
Or maybe it's about a parent that you have to take care of.
Yeah. The Nine of Wands needs support.
Hmm.
So I think, it's definitely about like how can we come up with a strategy to bring support into the home, more support.
Yeah. Maybe you need to ask for help around the home. Maybe
Yeah.
you're not feeling your best and you need help.
Yeah. And it goes well with the King of Swords 'cause it's like having those big conversations about it and coming up with an actual plan.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. And where it's a new moon to like bring something new in.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah. Well, I always love how the tarot, pulls us in different directions, but we always it always seems to like enhance and apply more meaning to what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of like this combo that we're doing here, Sandy and I. You know, um, Sandy's a great tarot reader too, and I know pretty a lot about astrology, but we're playing into our strengths, and we're giving you like a double whammy.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to connect with the moon even more deeply than just this video, join our school, which is in the link in the comments in the description box, and check out our upcoming Moon Mapping 2026 workshops. We have an online workshop on February 1st, and we have a in-person workshops in February in uh, around the HRM in Nova Scotia. So there's one in Cole Harbour at Into the Mystic. There's one in Fall River at Fully Aligned Studio. Um, all of that will be in the description box of this video. The best way to check out registering for those events is to click on this Sandy's website. And, we hope that you'll continue hanging out with us in these moon vibes.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything else we wanted to bring up, Sandy? Or
I don't think so. I think we're good.
okay.
All right.
Well, it's always a pleasure working with you.
You too. Happy new mooning, everybody.
Happy new mooning, everybody.